Today, I'm going to talk about the 3 tools that you absolutely need to take care of your tortoise. Let's dig in. If you like turtles and tortoises, if you have a pet, or you're thinking about getting one, you are at the right place. Let's get started. I'm Tom. I own more than 30 turtles and tortoises. And you know what? I have 3 tools that really help me take care of my tortoises. And you know what? These aren't things that the pet shop or the big box store will recommend to you, but I absolutely couldn't live without these 3 things. So let's dig in. Okay guys, so there's one thing I really want to address that's really important for you to remember as you are going on your tortoise journey. It's difficult to figure out how to take care of your tortoise. You have your own unique circumstances, where you live, what country you're in, what climate you're in, the money you have available, and the resources that you have available to you. So there is no one right way to do anything in tortoise keeping, and that's what you have to remember. I'm here to help you come up with your ways and your techniques to do it based on your own circumstances, and that's the bottom line. In order to be able to use this type of thinking, you have to be using these 3 tools that I'm going to show you, or else you cannot evaluate your result. So the first thing that I want you to buy and use every day when you have a pet tortoise is this. This is an infrared thermometer. I cannot tell you how important this is to keeping a pet tortoise. If you don't have one of these, you cannot be successful. Let's take a look at Blondie. We're gonna temp gun her. You can see she's right underneath the light. So it's morning time. She's getting warm, getting started on her day. Let's see what temperature she is. She is 83 degrees. She's gonna stay there until she gets about 92, 93, and then she'll start walking around the enclosure. Now, let's see what some of the other temperatures are. 73 right next to her in the soil. Over here, 71 degrees. So as you can see, it varies quite a bit. Let's look at Brownie. Now Brownie looks like she's getting some water. What's her temperature? 79 degrees. Let's check over here. 69 degrees. So that's a 10-degree difference. And in the hide where she started her day, it's about 70. So that means that girl had crawled out of her hide, spent some time under her light, got warm enough, and said, you know what? I'm thirsty. Let's get a drink. Let's start my day. This thermometer is so important. I can take temperatures of this entire room. Nearly instantaneously, I can get them all done real quick and be confident that my tortoises have the right temperature to start their day, to heat up, to eat, to drink, and to just live their life. If your temps are too low, that's when you're gonna get a tortoise that doesn't move around, doesn't do much, its shell stays soft, barely eats. That's not good. You need to know your temperatures. Finally, you don't want to bake your tortoises. If you have a hot spot of 110 or 120 degrees, those temperatures are for lizards, okay? This is a baby tortoise that's very sensitive to dehydration. Low 90s for most tortoise species is a very adequate temperature. Anything above 100 or in the upper 90s is way too hot for a baby tortoise. Let's talk about the next tool. I don't know how many people have asked me, how do I know my tortoise is growing? How do I know it's healthy? There's one way to do this, because the tortoise cannot tell you. It's by weighing it often. If you're a mom Or dads, if you remember what it was like to have that newborn at home, how did you know it was doing okay? Well, you weighed it almost every day to make sure that new little baby was growing. And that's what you need to do with your tortoise. Whether it's a new tortoise or a baby, weigh it often. If it's a baby, weigh it every day. Make sure it's gaining a little bit of weight each week, and you'll be much more at ease. You need a digital kitchen scale. Get one that can hold up to 2 kilograms or so, and make sure it weighs the animal in grams. Why? Because grams are a lot more precise than ounces. A gram is about the weight of a paperclip. So as your little baby goes up and down in weight, you can really tell. Finally, make sure you're weighing your tortoise consistently at the same time of day. So if you like to soak it every day, give it a nice soak and then weigh it. If you want to be really precise, weigh it before the soak, weigh it after the soak, and then you can see how much water it took in, or if it pooped, how much weight it lost. I'll have a link in the comments for the scale I love and use. The third tool you need is a digital thermometer hygrometer combination. Let's take a look. So here's what I'm talking about. I love these devices made by Accurate. What they do is give you the exact temperature and the exact relative humidity of the air. You can place them a lot of different ways. They have a little stand, and they also have magnets on the back so you can put them on a fridge or a metal stock tank. And these record 2 things. They record the highest temperature within the past 24 hours and the lowest temperature in the past 24 hours. So we talked about a cool spot. If you want to regulate a cool spot but don't want to wake up in the middle of the night to see how cool that cool spot gets, you just put this type of thermometer there and you will have the low temperature that it got that night. That's very important. Same thing with relative humidity. You're going to tell the high and the low relative humidity for that day. And what I really like about this particular model is that relative humidity shows up really big. You can see right now, it's only 34% relative humidity. That's quite dry. But what I'm doing is replicating the dry season for hinchback tortoises in the wild. Come summer, it will be about 60 degrees relative humidity all the time in this room. So that type of thermometer hygrometer is really important. What you'll find at pet stores is these cheap, round, analog dials. Honestly, those are worth no money. They're totally inaccurate. They're a complete waste. They're often part of kits and things like that. So do not ever buy one of those. Go on Amazon. We've got links below for all 3 tools. Get one of these. It's going to be way more accurate, and it also will tell you the low temperature and the high temperature and the low and high relative humidities for the day. So that tool is extremely important. No matter what techniques you're going to try on this tortoise adventure, you have to measure the relative humidity, the temperature, and finally you have to measure the weight of your tortoise to see if it's responding in a positive way. I cannot emphasize enough how important these 3 tools are. And if you'd like to pick them up for very cheap, I've got 3 links in the bottom. You can buy them all at Amazon. Thank you. Do you have tools that you love? Let me know what you think. Recommend something, I'll take a look. You know, when we talk to each other, we get better at turtle and tortoise keeping. So leave your feedback in the comments. I really appreciate it. And if you'd like to see more of my work on turtle and tortoise care, check out this great playlist. See you next time.